180.
Check your backer, check your backer.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's a run with Mack. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They run with Hines. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, it's Hines, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Here's Hines. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with fourth down, forthcoming. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Hines. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run here with Mack. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
18. Hey, turn it up. Alert flare.
On 1st down, Hines. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
It's 4th down. We're going to work.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 6-0 our score after 1. first down. Hines. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
This is Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
That's around 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Screen pass to Lindsey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Haskins on 3rd down. And he's able to find Diggs. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Haskins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 39-yard line.
Mike check 33. 33. Here we go. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right side. Three down.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. This is caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Lindsey, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll find Lindsey here, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Mike 50, Mike 50. I got it. Time right. We got 3, alert.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
Come on, 180. You ain't going nowhere. Check. Watch safety creeping.
Now Trubisky. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Switch.
They go play action. Trubisky. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. Here's Trubisky to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, this from 46. And the 13-year man puts it through. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Haskins on 1st down. And Diggs has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Haskins now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
There we go on fourth down. Haskins. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they'll get it up. Just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Haskins going to throw again. It's complete to Diggs. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They begin the drive with Hines. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, it's Hines. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not make it into the end zone. But a flag down here, and I think they're going to get another shot at this. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Check 26, check 23.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Gano now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Haskins to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Hines. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. They run again with Hines. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Trubisky to throw. And it's caught. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Now it's Trubisky. Catch made here by Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try good by Gano, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Airing it out for Hamilton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Desmond King making the tackle. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, let's bring it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.